So, welcome to the third episode of the Scream lore build series, where I make a build that fits the story of whatever character from whatever movie, with the caveat that I am not allowed to use any duplicate perks, nor am I allowed to use that character's teachable perks. And the character we're going to be doing today is Ghostface from Scream 3, one of the most divisive movies in the entire franchise. For our first perk, we have Corrupt Intervention. One of the biggest plot twists from Scream 3 is the fact that Roman Bridger was behind everything the entire time. Not only did he orchestrate the murder of Maureen Prescott, but he also inadvertently caused Billy and Stu to become the Ghostface killers, and also inadvertently created one of his biggest rivals, which leads into our next perk, Nemesis. Another big plot twist from Scream 3 is the fact that Roman and Sidney are actually half-siblings.
Roman Bridger, director. And brother.
And from the very start, Roman has always been very jealous of her. She's always had the family and the life that he wished he could have had, and now she's even gaining a lot of notoriety from all the Ghostface killings. And with that, he's finally decided enough is enough. He wants a piece of that pie. For our third perk, we have Fearmonger. One weapon that Roman uses against Sidney is the memory of her mother's murder. He uses various things such as a voice changer to sound exactly like Maureen Prescott,
Give mommy a kiss and we'll make love.
and even sets up a set to look exactly like the crime scene of everything that happened on that night. Using all of this to wear down Sidney mentally so he can put her out of her misery. For our final perk, we have Superior Anatomy. Roman as Ghostface seemed very supernatural in some instances.
You got a killer who's gonna be superhuman. Stabbing him won't work, shooting him won't work.
Being able to pop around every corner as if he's teleporting, and also being able to take bullets like they are nothing. And a big flex about Roman is the fact that he literally did everything by himself.
Roman Bridger was the only single Ghostface. Kudos to him for ambition.
Anyways, that is about it. Let's get into the likes and dislikes.
Hello, Sidney.
Let's get into the likes and dislikes about Scream 3, and for my very first and my biggest like about this movie, I have the voice cloning device. Now, not only can you sound as sexy as Ghostface, but you can also mimic anybody's voice perfectly, which is super strong in these types of movies, and it makes trying to figure out who Ghostface is that much harder. Now, yes, something like this is super unrealistic because it's just way too advanced, especially for 2000 of all times. But nonetheless, it makes for some very interesting storytelling, like being able to manipulate people into doing exactly what you want to do. Like, for example, when Ghostface had lured Gale and Dewey to the mansion with the voice cloner acting like Sidney, so he can kidnap them, use them as bait so he can get closer to Sidney. And also making it so people don't trust their own loved ones, like at the very beginning of the movie with Cotton's girlfriend. Ghostface had copied Cotton's voice and used it to make his girlfriend think that he had gone crazy and he was trying to kill her. So by the time he actually comes and tries to save her, she doesn't trust him, hits him with a club, and now Cotton is ready for the kill. Very cool things you can do with the voice cloning. I don't know if they've used it in later films. I can't really remember that well. I think they used it in Scream 4, but I don't know in Scream 5 and 6. For my next like, I have Sidney. Now, Sidney's pretty much good in every one of these movies. I can't think of a single Scream movie she's even remotely bad in. I would like to say Scream 5, but that's not really true. She's more so just underutilized in that film. But she's an all-time final girl, and in this movie, she is an absolute badass. She is as smart and feisty as ever. She's been taking up boxing lessons off screen and going ham on Ghostface. The scene I'm talking about specifically is at the very end of the movie, where Roman and Sidney are going blow for blow, hit for hit, lick for lick, and Sidney is holding her own, especially against a Ghostface like Roman. I mean, here's the thing about Roman. Roman is probably one of the strongest Ghostface that we have ever seen on the big screen, but that doesn't matter to Sidney. She doesn't give a fuck. She's just going ham on his ass until eventually he does get the upper hand, which is unfortunate. But I also love how smart she is. We see at the very beginning of the movie how she's hidden away from the world so no bad guy can ever touch her, and also near the end of the movie where she's trying to equip herself with a weapon so she can take on Ghostface, which she hides 2 guns in her boots, which came in very handy because she had the whole metal detector, and she pulled one out and then used the other one on Ghostface later on. Really smart. Really badass. One of my favorite scenes probably of Sidney is before the one-on-one brawl with Roman, and how Roman is just being a little whiny bitch saying, "You took the family, the mother, and everything that should have been mine," and Sidney's just done with it at this point. Sydney has been blamed for everything that has happened that she literally had no control over. For example, like with Billy and how Maureen Prescott was having an affair with Mr. Loomis, and for some reason, Billy decides, oh, Sydney's gotta die. What? Mrs. Loomis also targeted Sydney, even though she killed Billy out of self-defense. And now the fact that Sydney just exists, Roman is targeting her now. Like, what the fuck, man? But she always seems to come out on top. Our favorite final girl, Sydney motherfucking Prescott. Next up on my like sheet, I have Roman Bridger as Ghostface. Now, specifically Ghostface. I don't really like Roman that much as a character, but as Ghostface, he is fucking awesome. Like I said before, Roman is kind of bordering on the realm of supernatural throughout this entire movie. For example, like at the end of the movie where he's just popping out around every corner in that mansion and just not giving us as the audience or even the characters enough time to breathe. He's just everywhere throughout this mansion, which kind of seems like he's teleporting. And also him being able to take a bunch of slugs to the chest and just shake them off like they're nothing. Like, what the fuck is this guy eating? Another big thing about Roman is the fact that canonically he is the sole Ghostface of Scream 3. Canonically, nobody was helping him whatsoever. He was carrying the weight of all these kills, of all this planning, of all this manipulation, all by himself. By far, one of the strongest Ghostface that we have ever seen in Scream. But he a little bitch. For my next like, I have Randy's message. If you guys know me and you've watched the last two lore videos that I've done, you would know that Randy is my favorite character in all of Scream. It was just so nice to see him on that VHS tape, giving out all the advice that he possibly could before he died. It's nice, and it is also very sad at the same time. Rest in peace, Randy motherfucking Meeks. And this scene was also pretty funny, like with how Dewey and Randy were kind of having a conversation with each other, and just shows how close they have gotten between both Scream 1 and Scream 2. They're very heartwarming to say the least, and also funny, like I said. But overall, yep, it's just a great scene. I love it, and love you, Randy. I love you so much. And it's also cool to see that he has a baby sister that can carry on his bloodline, which we'll see in Scream 5. For my second to last like, I have Gale and Dewey, otherwise known as Gooey. It is so nice to finally see these guys finally hooking up, or not hooking up, tying the knot is what I meant to say. After 3 movies of them getting together, breaking up, getting together, breaking up, getting together, breaking up, they're finally eloping, they're finally becoming one with each other. But overall, I love seeing Gale and Dewey together. I love their chemistry. They are just made for each other. And also, fun fact, David Arquette and Courtney Cox were actually married around this time too. And for my final like, I have the very ending. And I mean everything from the moment that Gale and Dewey entered into the mansion all the way until Dewey put a bullet into Roman's head. All of that was just so fun, so fast-paced. One of my favorite parts is probably when Ghostface just lays out Dewey twice in a row. Dewey stands no chance against this Ghostface. Another great scene is with Sydney and having the 2 guns in her boot. She puts the metal detector on her leg and throws the other gun out. Ghostface pops out and she shoots him with the other gun. Really brilliant play by Sydney. He does disappear though, which does suck. And then finally ending off with the whole projector scene and finding out that Roman was actually behind everything the entire time. He is the reason that Billy got the courage to kill Maureen Prescott, and then also inadvertently caused Billy and Stu to become the Ghostface killers and make their own movie about it, which also led into Mrs. Loomis actually trying to assassinate Sydney as well in revenge for her son. And then after all of that, she gains all that fame, all this notoriety, and Roman is just absolutely jealous and decides to take all that fame for himself. All of this entire ending was just really well made and really well done. I really wish they had a second killer to make a lot of the rest of the movie make sense, but unfortunately that did not happen. It was just Roman the entire time, being the Giga Chad and also the little bitch that he is. Alright, moving on to my dislike section. And for my biggest dislike about this movie is that it was just too damn goofy. They leaned a lot more into the comedy side in this film rather than the horror side, understandably because of the whole Columbine shooting incident. But there were a lot of scenes in this movie that I just felt did not fit in, one, a realistic movie and also a Scream movie. Like for example, the penthouse blowing up scene, which is one of my other dislikes. It just doesn't really fit in a slasher movie in my opinion. You know, people always complain about guns and all that that kind of stuff in horror movies or slasher movies, I feel like it's just overkill at that point. Another goofy scene is with Ghostface at the bottom of the stairs with Gale, and Dewey pops out to shoot him, and he throws the knife and smacks him in the forehead with the butt of the knife like he meant to do that. Like, what the fuck was that, man? But overall, I just didn't like how goofy this movie was. And speaking of something goofy, I have next on my dislikes, Courtney Cox's bangs. And all I gotta say for that is, what the fuck is that? For my next dislike, I have the lack of a second killer confirmation. I don't know how else to word that. It's just, why were there not two killers? Like, a lot of scenes within this movie made sense if there were two killers involved. Most notably, the penthouse explosion scene with the whole cutting of the gas line. That scene would make more sense if there actually were two Ghostface the entire time, because Roman did not have enough time to walk in that house, cut the line, and then get out. He did not have any time whatsoever. It doesn't make sense why there weren't two Ghostface in that situation. Another example of this is with Angelina in the bathroom and how she accidentally left her hairbrush and lured Sydney out onto the set of her childhood home. How Sydney threw Ghostface onto the bed on the bottom floor of the house, keep in mind, and seconds later, there was a Ghostface underneath the bedsheet, the bloody bedsheet, mimicking Maureen Prescott's voice. There can't be a possible scenario where there's not two killers in that situation. And also, we're setting up Roman's body to look like he's dead at the very end of the movie. Like, you could do that with a single person, but it's going to be very hard to do that. It just doesn't make any sense. And I know there were supposed to be two killers from the very start, but they didn't do a very good job illustrating otherwise. For my final dislike, I have Roman Bridger as a character. Like I said before, Roman is a little baby bitch. He commits the same sins as a character like Billy Loomis does, and that is blaming Sydney for everything that Maureen Prescott did. Like, Sydney had literally nothing to do with anything up to this point. She has been put through the ringer for something that she had literally no control over. She had no control over the fact that her mother was very promiscuous. She had no control over the fact that her mother rejected Roman. She had no control over anything. She had no control over the fact that she became famous overnight. She literally had no control over any of this. I'm willing to bet that Sydney would throw all this fame, all this notoriety away just so she can live a normal, mundane life once again, but that's never going to happen again because something that Billy, Roman, and Stu did. And Roman, what the fuck are you complaining about? You want all the fame and shit that Sydney has. You're literally a Hollywood director. You have one of the most lavish lifestyles that anyone would ever fucking want. And you're still crying over, "Mommy didn't want me. My sister is more famous than me." Shut the fuck up. Roman as a character is just a little bitch, in my opinion. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into the Loomis meter. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a scale from 1 to 6, 1 being bad and 6 being amazing. And for Scream 3 2000, I'm going to be giving it a 3 times out of 6. Now, Scream 3 is definitely one of the worst movies in its own franchise, but regardless, it's still a pretty damn good movie, which is just a testament of the Scream franchise as a whole. Like, only 2 franchises I can think have no bad movies whatsoever. That is Scream and that is Evil Dead. Both of those have never had a bad movie, and Scream has also made probably the most money out of any slasher movie of all time. The only one that can compete with it is Halloween, but that's thanks to the whole David Gordon Green trilogy, so that doesn't really even count. But anyways, I like Scream 3. I wish it was more horror. I wish it didn't lean so much into the comedy side, and I think it would have been a lot better off without it. There we go. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Let me know what you thought about Scream 3 in the comments down below.
Hello, Sydney.
I have a feeling this Dwight is going to loop me for 5 gens. I have a sneaky suspicion of it. I absolutely love the iced coffee I get from my little gas station. It's called Wawa. I think it's an East Coast kind of gas station, but oh my god, is that shit good. It's got me going like... I'm sorry, I went full Gungan on you guys right there, but it's just so good. My favorite flavor is probably the mocha mint from there. It is exquisite. I drink a little too much of it. I've been maintaining my weight recently, and I think it's because of the coffee. We sound no like a Naboo. The Naboo think they're so smarty. They think their brain's so big. Please be an indoor map. Please be an indoor map. Please be an indoor map. Please. Please. Fuck! But hey, we got a little invitation right here. Very nice. Great success. Now I can instantly cook anybody anywhere I want. Meh. There they are. Hang a little mark on the funga ding dong. There we can. Oh. Don't reveal me, please. Oh, don't do that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Please don't. Hi there. Bye! We have the Olsen's wallet and the camera add-on to make it so we can get our marks pretty fast and get our power back. No, get the mark fast. Yeah, get our power back fast, too. I was trying to think what I was trying to say. Yeah. Really good add-on combination. I love it to death. Olsen's wallet is probably my favorite add-on for Ghostface, by far. It allows for maintaining momentum fairly often. Hello, Dwight. You're the juicer that I'm afraid of. Jesus Christ, you trying to hit me with that FOV tech. No, no, no. I'm not that dumb. Or am I? To be decided. Next time on Total Drama Island. Another add-on combination that I really like is the the belt add-on. It's the blue belt that makes it so your terror radius gets reduced by 12 meters when you're crouched, which I think is really, really fun. I've been using it on indoor maps, and my god, does it make for some very nice stealthy plays. Can I get a little yank off the gen? No, they ran away. They are injured though, so we don't need to mark them. Can I get a lean? This Aurelia just... I don't know why she wasn't able to reveal me. Oh yeah, she popped that. I don't know if she saw me, if she did see me, she just wanted to finish the gen. I don't know. Very ballsy of her though. Very, very ballsy indeed. The camera add-ons letting us get this mark pretty fast. Hello. Urban Invasion Steve. I'm surprised you don't have scene partner. I feel like every Steve has scene partner nowadays. There we go. Nice. Good job. High fives for me. Steve, get in my arms, please. God damn it. Stop being so stubborn. Hello, Aurelia. Can you not do that gen in my proximity? The disrespect. The disrespect, Aurelia. Do this. Pop my power. Get a little stalk off of her. Nice little 99. See if Dweet comes back for the gen, though. He does. Gonna catch him off guard with superior anatomy. Hell yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that move? I thought he was going for the thing. Oh, got him with a little fake right there. Hell yeah. There we go. I almost missed that, by the way, by controller aim. I am so far away from all the gens right now, which sucks. I should have played a little smarter, but, you know, I can't really play and talk at the same time and play, like, at my full capacity. Like, if you guys notice, like, when I'm, like, doing all the background footage for the lore build videos, that I'm playing a lot better than I do. Oh, the camera add-on got us the mark right there. That was good. Hey, you notice that I play a lot better when I'm not, God damn it, game. This game is not snappy at all. There we go. There we go. I think Steve is dead now, right? Get a little 3v1 going on. Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. Boop. No, he's fucking second stage. God damn it, dude. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I struggle recording sometimes because I just don't play as good when I talk. Like, I play horribly when I talk. There we go. Please, is Aurelia dead? I don't think she is. Is she dead? Please be dead. Put you all the way over there. In the corner where you belong. And my controller is dying. God damn it, why am I playing so nice? Shit! Hi, Fang. I'm probably gonna... Can you drop that pallet, please? Ooh, Fang, you do not want a body block for the Steve. That is not something you want to do, buddy. That is not something you want to do. There we go. Actually... God, my sticks are so sticky today. Got 2 kills, I think. Is this the second kill? Please don't beat. Son of a mother trucking... God, I'm unintentionally playing so nice. God damn it. Superior anatomy. How is that not a hit? How is this not a hit? Motherfucker, get in my arms! I hate this game so much, man. I hate it. Oh, we have both exit gates.
So evil. So evil. God damn you.